Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to 30DSCBL7. We are on to day 5. The sketch for today is a page map sketch and it was picked by Moira. I am going to be working with these 2 pattern papers that I got from my scrap bag that I have. In January I went through a few of them and grabbed a couple that I felt worked really well together, and I loved how these 2 kind of looked. So one of them is a One Canoe 2 line, and the other one is crepe paper from that little little something collection. I can't think of what it's called, but it is a bit of an older line, and I've been hoarding it because I love that floral pattern paper there. And I'm going to be working with the 2 photos that you can see. They are from a park day that we had. Now this is back in 2019, and I think Jackson was probably at his grandpa's or his grandma's for that weekend, if I remember correctly. And so we took the other 2, went for a little walk. We had a couple parks by us where we lived. They're nothing crazy. They weren't like when we lived in the other, the basement suite. We had really awesome parks next to us. These ones are kind of just but they're good for little ones. And so we took them, and they both just wanted to swing, and that's what they did. They had fun. They enjoyed it. It was a beautiful day. I'm pretty sure it was like August, probably end of summer, maybe September. So it was pretty warm out still, and they just got to hang out a little bit and swing. Sean was pushing Nora, and it was just a really lovely day. So that's what the layout is all about. You can see I'm also pulling in a couple extra patterns here. Now, this came from a Paige Evans 6x6 paper pad. When I was creating this in February, I was trying to work through my Paige Evans 6x6 papers. I have about 3 paper pads that had kind of been combined together, and I just had a little bit left of all of them. I loved this striped one. I've kind of been hoarding that variant from purple to kind of a creamy or really light pink. I've been just kind of holding on to it, but I love it. So, and I felt like it worked because I'm not making this green floral super prominent within the, you'll see me that I'm going to fussy cut it a little bit, but it's not like in your face green. So I felt like the rest of it just kind of worked, and I'm really happy with how that part turned out. I did try to trim and border both the photos in the green. I was not liking that, so that is going to go away, that green on the one photo, because it wasn't working. But I'm going to think about that for a minute, and what I do is when I'm not sure where to go, I end up doing something simple like stitching or fussy cutting or something where I know how to do that. I know what the end result's going to be, and it just lets my brain kind of think and decide what the next step is going to be to kind of wrap up the layout or what have you. So my idea and what I come up with is that because I didn't use a ton of this pattern paper, I'm going to do some mixed media, but in a lighter shade of that green. So it's like the teal color. And I just pulled out my shimmers, and I think this is the Osei Can You See. It's like my favorite shimmers color. I use it all the time, and I just do a few sprays, not too much, grab my water and just kind of let it do its thing. It's right down the middle because I know that that's a 6x6 piece of paper, so I'm trying to make sure that I don't get it too far over onto one side. It's just right in the middle, and then when I put the pattern paper back down, it will cover a lot of it up, and you'll just have this fun little pop of color come out, and I love how that looks. This is something I do a lot when I'm splitting a page down the middle like that. I don't like that sharp contrast between the white and then the pattern paper, so doing something like a little bit of mixed media in some form I find really helps kind of break that divide. So I'm going to go ahead. I did use my heat gun. I didn't use my heat gun to dry it completely, but I love the look that a heat gun gives when you use it and the liquid goes back and forth and it dries like that. It just makes this really cool pattern. So I used it a little bit, and then I just let it dry, walked away, and came back the next day. So here we are. I've got everything dry. I'm going to lay this back down, and now I'm thinking there needs to be a border. Like, it's cute. I like where it's going, but it needs something to kind of keep it all in one place and not look like it's floating away anywhere. So I just kind of looked through the I have some loose 12 by 12 paper, and I just kind of looked through that to see what I had and what I could work with. And I had this Pink Fresh Studio from, I think it's, oh, I'm not even sure what it's from, to be honest with you. Now that I think about it, it might be Fifth and Monaco. Maybe. No, that softer line that was out a couple last year, and I, for the life of me, cannot think of what it's called. I'm really sorry, I can't think of what it's called. But it is just the soft pink that kind of works in with everything, and it really matched the lightest shade of pink that I have in that 6x6 paper with the variants of color. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and use to kind of encase it all in there. I'm not going to do stitching or anything like that. It just have a nice little border so that it's all there. And it also kind of just puts everything together. So I laid everything back out. I didn't think you really needed to watch me do that all, so I didn't go ahead and do that part off camera, which is why there's a stark difference, as you can see the whole layout basically done. And now I'm going to work on my title, and my title was a whole nother adventure. I couldn't figure out where I wanted it to be placed, and I really like this pink, although, and it does match, it matches that bright pink right in the middle, but it's, I don't know, I was just struggling with trying to make it all work, and I do one thing and I'm like, I don't really like this, and then I try a different one, and I try like this word hello, I use this larger, longer font, and then I think I don't like that, so I use the skinnier, shorter one, try to put it up top, because you can see in the sketch it tells you that's where it's supposed to go. I don't like that, so I play around, and eventually goes right back to what you see. It says, hello, sunshiny day, and I end up using a gold for the word day instead of pink, and other than that, that's exactly what it looks like. But I had to play around to make that all work. So while you watch me do that, please make sure you check out the links below for today. Everyone that's playing along will be linked. It will either be their channel links or a link to their Instagram. And there's a lot of people playing this around. I'm so excited about how many people asked to participate early. And then if you are participating yourself and you're kind of doing this by the day, if you head on over to the Facebook group, 30 Days of Sketches Facebook group, it is there. You just link your project in the comments of the sketch that you're working with so we can see what you've done, and we'll give you some love. And if you do it on Instagram, you just use the hashtag 30DSCBL7. Pretty easy. It's kind of the same thing every series. There's just a different number attached to it. I can't believe we're already 5 days in. We're getting there. So, okay, I've got it. My title's down. You can see it looks exactly like it did. I just switched the pink day for a gold day. Now I'm going to do the fun part, which is the embellishing. And I went through all my little containers that I have that are separated by color and pulled a few things out. I'm going to add a couple little gold foiled stickers. You can see I added that little pop of black. I really liked that. I felt like it just gave it another nice grounding area. So that was perfect. I'm going to use this sticker as well that's in white that says good vibes only, because it's summertime and they don't have a care in the world. They're just swinging and having a good old time. I'm also going to use a little wood veneer that says memories. So that was nice. That's kind of been in my stash for a while. It's always nice to get that sort of stuff used up. A couple tags, a little birdie, and a wood veneer that I have had forever. So that little happy zone that you can see off to the side there, seriously, it probably is one of my oldest embellishments I have. And it was the last one. It came in a collection of like 8, I think. So the last one I have, and I'm so happy to have it used up. It's nice when you can use these little kind of things up when you've had them for a long time, and they're kind of hard to work with, but I made it work. So I'm very pleased with that. And I wrap it up with just a couple banners in the end. So this is my layout. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I love this color combo. It's just gorgeous to me, and I want to work with it a little bit more, I think, because it's a really pretty color combo that you could use in a lot of different situations. So I probably will play with this a little bit in the near future. Other than that, here's a look at my finished layout. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys all tomorrow for day 6. Bye.